Today we're trying the first Korean omakase restaurant in Sydney. It's funny, usually I'm not a fan of sea urchin, but that is fresh like hell. What's funny is we've never even tried omakase before. We just skipped to Korean. I mean, why not? This spot is at Loftus Lane in Sydney CBD. Now the word omakase means I'll leave it to you. The meat chef Jacob Lee and his Babsang Korean omakase, a 14-course menu. Well, usually omakase is determined by the chef, but in Sydney it's similar to a degustation menu. In this case, it's a well thought out Jeju themed dishes.
So we are here in Kobo, which is the first Korean omakase here in Sydney. Yeah, and this is the welcome drink, which is Mandarin. What else? I can't remember what else. But apparently Jeju is famous with the Mandarin product. So let's try this. Very refreshing and sweet. There's no alcohol. I need some alcohol. So the seating is only 8 people.
Yep.
So
Very
you
small.
definitely need to book, right? And the first one is
Kingfish, oh that was good. Refreshing tanginess, it's got that I think Mandarin as well, so you got a bit of like that citrusy flavor. Yeah, beautiful.
so this one is basically truffle mashed potato underneath and wagyu yukwe, which is the raw beef right there, uni and bugap. What is bugap?
No idea, but
No
they've
idea.
got some caviar on top as well.
Yeah, caviar on top, and look at that, it's super pretty and I just don't feel like eating it. Is it one bite?
Yes. Helmi's good at one bite. It's funny, usually I'm not a fan of sea urchin, but that is fresh like hell. Like
I know.
literally all that combination, the mashed potato, the yukwe, oh my god. And some of the gochujang that's inside as well.
Yeah.
Perfectly mashed. It almost feels like it's a mashed potato, you know? That's how tender that beef
Yeah.
is. It's insane. Nice and warm, right? There's like crispy crackers or something like that. I'm not too sure. This is the thing about like, you know, like degustation menu and omakase style of food. It's just like, it's almost like unknown because of
I
the
know.
creativity in it.
So it's very complex and requires a lot of skills, which obviously we are not skillful at all
Oh, we're very skillful
But-
in eating.
in eating. Yes, but yeah, the food is so far delicious.
Delicious. Really, really good.
I just came up with this because the Jeju Island is quite famous with the carrot and green tea things. So at the bottom there's the Danish feta and the shiokoji. Shiokoji is like Japanese term when we try to softening the meat, and there's a bit of umami in it and saltiness.
Okay.
And
beautiful.
this carrot cooked like braised in jujube, for like 3 hours, and the green things, green tea powder, rice cake. So it requires the fermentation, bit of fermentation. So we put mixed up with the rice flour and the makgeolli Korean rice wine and the sugar and a bit of warm water, and then brings like the first fermentation for like 2-3 hours. Then we see how like this like bubble is gone through, and we do second fermentation for a couple of hours. Then this is the result. So it's got a little bit of sourness and the sweetness inside, and it goes well with the combo butter on the side.
The fermentation, you can smell it, but there's like charcoal flavor as well on top. So by itself, it's just like plain, rice cake, a bit sour. But with that kombu butter, give you like some creaminess and some sort of saltiness and sweetness as well at the same time. It's really good. Interesting.
See the crepes here, some enoki mushroom there, and of course some truffle that's so beautiful. Alright.
I like this version of the work much better. Very subtle.
Let's give this a go. Look at that, so creamy.
A little bit too light. Yeah. I think it's like on the lower end, but like really soft.
Yeah, it's incredible. Oh my god. That grapes is made out of buckwheat, right? It's just so soft. And then underneath you got all that enoki mushroom and the truffle sauce. Ooh, man, that is insane. This is so far. I think this is my favorite, right here, right now.
My culinary background is Japanese cuisine, so I use the ponzu and I added it.
Yeah.
Brown butter and the pickled ginger and the garlic chutney.
Right. So
It's like tastes like Chinese sauce.
okay,
Yeah,
sounds
just give it
good.
a try.
Okay, the chef is right. It tastes like the Chinese steamed fish. Yeah, tastes like that.
Like the Hong Kong steamed fish, is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Try it.
Oh yeah. It's exactly like that. Oh man, that's beautiful.
A bit yuzu, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bit of like a tanginess kick to it. For the main, there was two choices. Helmi went with the abalone clay pot rice, and I went with the pork bossam. The whole omakase so far felt very homey. It's like the comfort that you get from a mom's cooking. Just splendid.
You just eat the rice without the abalone. It's okay. All abalone for me.
Not bad, very chewy. I think, but you gotta put some of the side dish here, down to samjang and I think gochujang there, some of the kimchi. I think would be really good to give it an extra flavor. Kind of plain as it is. It's nice and chewy though, but yeah, I think gotta add some of that sauce.
Yeah, mixed up with the rice. Yeah.
Oh my god, this is so good. This one is beef, right? It's like super tender, and the soup is so flavorful. It's very subtle but nourish. Oh yeah, I can smell anchovy.
The combination is just perfection. So Chef Jacob just told me that it's a combination of like Jeju anchovy and samjang. It's just insane. So it's just you're not with samjang. It's like completely different, and that's what I love about trying sort of fine dining, and the fact that there's so much creation, so much extra added ingredients that you wouldn't even normally think of. That combination of creation is beautiful. That is some of the softest pork that I've ever tasted. It looks dry, but it's not. Look how soft that is. It's just insane. See, when you go to a Korean barbecue, right, and you order a pork belly, and then you cook it, it becomes really dry and tough, right? But this is on a different level. Like, insane. Look how easy it breaks apart. That's the kind of pork that you want anywhere in your life.
So this is Jeju Mandarin Sobei, and the other one will be truffle ice cream. Alright, so look at that. Everything is Mandarin. So apparently Jeju is famous with Mandarin products. So it looks super pretty. Yeah, I can taste the mandarin. The thing is, this mandarin is not, like your normal mandarin or orange. It's more like your yuzu. And look at that. The texture is super smooth. Look at that. Yeah. And they have this sage oil as well. So it's really nice.
Are you trying to make art there? Let's just combine everything together. Interesting. Just imagine truffle, right? Truffle. Usually you eat truffle with, everything, ramen, pasta, and everything. As an ice cream. I don't know what to say about that. It's a very distinct truffle taste. Like, it's quite prominent, actually. Very interesting, but it works with all the combination. The chestnut macaulay cream, right, with the black sesame almond, but just a little bit of that truffle ice cream really works. The pairing is great, with the combination. It's a subtle hit of everything, subtle combination. But if you have a little bit too much of that truffle ice cream, wow, as a punch, literally like a very distinct and got a heavy prominent flavor of that truffle. It's nice, but it's kind of interesting and odd because I've never tried truffle ice cream before. So yeah, do you like it, Helmi? Of course, anything dessert Helmi loves.
Alright, so that was our experience for first Korean omakase in Sydney, or in Australia it's called Kobo, located in Circle Quay, and it's $185 per person. I'll take it as a date with Nick because we actually never really go fine dining for the past 3-4 years, so this is our first time ever going fine dining. And as you know, we actually never done fine dining on YouTube. You know why? Because the environment is sort of people, it's different. People just eat and talk slowly, whereas us is very loud. It's actually $185 per person. Is it worth it? For me, it's worth it. It's not too expensive. It's not $300 omakase. But one thing though that I feel oh my gosh, I feel like someone is chasing me to finish the dish, because it's only 8 people per session, so 16 customers only per day, right? So they have to finish off the dish quite fast. So for us, me and Nick, we're very slow. We took picture, we took videos, so I feel oh my god, I need to eat it fast or talk fast. That's why a lot of voiceover in this video, because we don't have time to talk. We just eat and take picture and video, and that's it. Yeah, but it's kind of interesting, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you do, please like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.
Heart to heart, you try.